Hi team, just wanted to loop around on streaks for a second. We're 7 weeks post Leaders Day now, so you're likely to have a collection of streaks that are broken into a few different areas. I've been talking to the team about this week. Generally, you're now going to have a set of streaks that you do all the time, some that you do inconsistently, and some that, although they're on your list, you haven't done at all. So what's good about that is it allows you to now start to categorize that and reflect on why, so that you can make a new list of streaks or maybe identify how you make progress on some streaks moving forward. So generally, as a rule, you're going to do two types of streaks. One is going to be easy, and the other one is going to be things you really want to do. So if you look at that list of streaks that you've completed after you sort of categorize it in that way, that's most likely to be the two streaks that you're doing. What's good about that is that you've identified in that list things that you really want to do. And I think when you're thinking about creating those objectives and your values and your principles that we spoke about, that starts to give you an understanding of sort of the direction you want to take. The other one is that you've now got a list of things that you've done which are easy, and now you can decide whether or not you actually need to track that streak, or whether or not that's something that you can move off the list. The other thing you could do though now is start to raise the bar on that streak in terms of moving yourself forward. So for example, if you're doing 10 minutes of reading a day, maybe now it's 15 minutes and you're trying to, increase your threshold a little bit and maintain that streak at the same time. So that's generally the way that you want to be thinking about it. The ones that are inconsistent or that you're not doing at all, you've now got a couple of options. Thinking about those two things, so things that are easy and things that we really want to do, now you need to start to identify inside of those streaks, which one you can do that allows you to move forward. So is it the fact that it's too difficult for you, or is it the fact that you just don't quite understand why you're doing it? If it's the fact that you just need to make it a little bit easier, you've got a couple of options. James Clear talks about this in Atomic Habits, obviously we gave you at the start of the year, around how do you bundle your habits together with something else that you do every day. So if you're having a shower, you're getting out of bed, you're brushing your teeth, what of those streaks could you put into that sort of activity where you know that you're going to be doing it every day, but it's something that you can attach to that? So that's one way of thinking about it. The second one is if you're not making any progress and you're 2 out of 10 days or 3 or 4 out of 10 days doing it, but you're not doing it consistently, is lower the threshold for you to get to something that you can deliver every day, then you can build off. In the same ways as you're doing some of these things now on the streaks that you have been able to maintain, and now you're looking to go to the next level, just take the time to be patient, go down a notch to something you can deliver every day, and then build your threshold up to there once it becomes a habit. So that's the couple of ways to be thinking about streaks. In terms of the things you're not doing at all, it's a good reset on whether or not you actually want to be doing those things, or if there's something else behind it. So you need to be really clear also on the why, and your streak should be attached to your objectives in some way. So if your objective, as we spoke about, I want to be a great husband, I want to be a great dad, I want to be a great leader, I want to be a great citizen. Those streaks have to align to those things. So for you, making sure that they actually do that and they're not sitting outside of those things. And because of that, what does that actually look like? And are these things delivering on it? And if they're not, you should put them aside and focus your attention on the things that are actually delivering on that, because all you're doing is adding extra layers to your complexity of your day. Whereas if you could actually just focus in on the things that are really important and are currently priorities and make sure you're nailing those things every day, you'll make a lot more progress in that regard. So a couple of things you want to do: break up your streaks into those 3 categories: things you're doing all the time, things you're doing sometimes, things you're not doing at all. Then from there, decide, why am I not doing them, or why am I doing them? Is it ease, or is it that I just don't understand why I'm doing this and how it actually adds value to me? Or is there something else playing out around fear and anxiety and those sort of things that we need to deal with? And then from there, you can start to make a plan that over the course of the next week, you can start to make some progress on these streaks again. So Just because you're doing them inconsistently or not at all doesn't mean you should be giving up on them. It just is a call to arms for you to refresh, have a look at it again, and work through a plan on how to then move forward. So good luck, guys, and make sure you reach out if you need any more help in the next few weeks.